Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Maggie and I'm going to be making vlogs about the Disney College program and the process in applying and what happened after that, and of course my time during the program, which won't be until August. So today I'm doing my first vlog and I thought I would kind of just talk about the application process for anybody who's interested and wants to know some more information, but they have no clue like me. I was looking for videos and advice and tips when I first applied, because this was my first time applying, so I figured that I could possibly help somebody else. So I applied for the fall 2015 program, not Advantage, just fall, which begins in August until January. And I applied on the first day that applications opened up, so they opened up on Monday, January 26th, and so I applied that day. I think it was around noon or 1 o'clock after class. I was so excited. Had been waiting for like weeks for the applications to come out, and I got my web-based interview the same day. I want to say it was within an hour. It was pretty quick. And I had no idea what to expect. I was very nervous because this was my first time applying, like I already said. And so I took the web-based interview, which was basically just like kind of situational questions, and the answers were either agree, strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. And there were some questions about like your work ethic and how you would deal with like roommates and stuff like that. The whole process took me about 30 minutes, and after I was done taking the web-based interview, it took me to a screen and it said congratulations, and basically I was moving on to the next step. So once you take the web-based interview, you'll either find out if you're moving on, or if you didn't pass the web-based interview, then that's it. You're not moving on. So the same day, I want to say again, like maybe it was probably a few hours later. I remember this wait being a little bit longer, and it was probably like 2 hours later I received an email to schedule my phone interview, which I was so excited this day because all of this was happening so quickly and I didn't expect it to. So I scheduled my phone interview for that Thursday, January 29th. And once I scheduled the interview, I immediately went onto YouTube and immediately went on to Facebook and Google and started typing like, what questions do they ask you, because I was freaking out. So I scheduled my interview for, I think it was 7:15 p.m. and she called me around 7:06 or 7:0 something. So they do call you up to 15 minutes before your scheduled time, so definitely be ready. I remember I was laying down listening to the Lion King soundtrack, and she called me and I was like totally caught off guard. But so I'll talk about my phone interview process a little briefly. I won't go into exactly like every single question that she asked me, but I will talk about it. So my phone interview was about 32 minutes or something like that, which is a little longer than average. Usually they're about 15 to 20 minutes, and her name was Renee. She was very nice. One thing I will say after talking to some other people too is that the interviewers are so comforting and so nice, so you have nothing to worry about. If you're all anxious and nervous, they will literally take it away and you will feel like you're talking to a friend. So that's something to keep in mind to maybe calm your nerves a little bit if you're applying. And so I was asked what my prior experience was as far as work and volunteer work, and what my top roles were, and kind of some situational questions like what would you do if this happened, or like what was your busiest day in the past, how would you handle an emergency situation where you had to keep guests calm, stuff like that. And we did talk about my top 3 roles, which were hospitality, merchandise, and Bibbidi Bobbidi Boutique. And she did ask me what my top 3 roles were, and I did tell her those, but we mainly talked about my previous job, which I used to work at a supermarket, and I related that most to merchandise. So we spent a lot of time talking about that, which is probably why I got the role as merchandise. So that's my role, if I didn't say that already. I don't think I did. So yeah, the phone interview, it went really well. I was very nervous. I had a bunch of note cards all over my desk, and I thought I was going to look at them, but honestly, I didn't look at them at all. I think that the note cards will freak you out even more because you feel like you have to memorize something, but once she starts asking, or he starts asking you all the questions, it's just going to be natural, and that's what they really want. They want to hear, natural answers, but you still want to be excited, and they want to, see your character and your personality shine through the interview. So, she did tell me that once acceptances rolled around, they would come between February and April. So April 20th, which is in a few weeks, that's the last day that people will be finding out if they're accepted or not. And I did ask, when do most people find out, and she did tell me that it was towards the end of March. I know some people did get accepted. The first wave was in February. I want to say the middle of February, and every week a little amount, of people started getting accepted. And it was really discouraging because if you're part of the Facebook group, which a lot of people are, you see all of the acceptance emails screenshotted and posted, and of course you're happy for them, but then you're refreshing your email nonstop, and being in school and having to focus, and I work too, all I was doing was refreshing my email, and it was driving me crazy. Saturday, I think it was the 4th, April 4th, is when I got my acceptance letter, and it was 9 a.m. and I was at the bank, and banks are not loud places at all. Everybody is very quiet. And there goes the text. So I freaked out and I walked out of the bank. I didn't even get my money. I just left. And I was screaming, and of course everybody was still sleeping in my house, so I couldn't tell anybody. But I did eventually. So I was very excited, and I kind of didn't know what to do. I was so excited to see what role I got and find out when I would be checking in. When I got my email, you have to do a few things to accept your offer. First, you have to literally accept your offer. So it takes you to an onboarding site where you see what your offer is, and I was offered fall 2015 merchandise, which I was really happy about, and I accepted, of course. And once I accepted my offer, I received an email probably 30 minutes later to pay my fees. And then once I paid my fees, I was redirected to another website where I had to wait for another email. And once the email came in, I was able to choose my dates. So the date that I chose is August 31st. And I'm very excited about it. I do already have some roommates, so that's really exciting.
Yeah, so I don't know what else I can talk about. So
Disney offers classes that you can take through them during the program, and I'm choosing not to take the classes just because I really want to enjoy my experience, and I'm sure the classes are awesome to take, but for me personally, I would just rather work and that's it, and not have to worry about a class. And my school does not offer credit for the internship, so if you don't know if your school does and you're not familiar with the program or you never heard of it, I would double check with your school just to see, what you would have to do, because for me, I have to take a leave of absence next semester, so that's that. So I think that's going to be it for this video. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope you learned something if you were looking to, if you also want to apply to the DCP eventually and you wanted some information. I hope this was helpful to you. I do plan on making more videos leading up to me going to Disney, and then when I finally get to Disney, I'm going to be vlogging too. So if you would like to see those videos, please subscribe for more, and I hope you all have a magical day. So, see ya!